Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love, and today I have some comments from a guy who did no contact, and this is such an amazing story. It really renewed my faith in no contact, in doing nothing, and I know it's going to renew yours. If you're thinking of breaking no contact, I know it's hard to do, but listen up. And every time you're thinking of breaking no contact, just listen to this, because this is so powerful. So he says, my ex is a coworker. No contact is hard, but not impossible, because we're in the same building, but we don't work together. We had broken up a few times before, but it all came to a head over the phone when she stated I should let her daughter live at my place. That way I could live with her and everything would be great for everyone. I asked her how could she pay rent. She has no money, referring to the daughter, of course. She told me I shouldn't be concerned about money. I told her decisions about my home were none of her business. She said it wasn't a suggestion, it was an ultimatum. Ooh, if I really cared about her, blah, blah, blah. I hung up on her. I wouldn't suggest hanging up on people. It's just bad form. The thing to do is you can say, I'm not going to discuss this right now, or this conversation is over. I'm going to hang up. So at least you announced that you're going to hang up. You know, I know you hang up as a statement, but just, that's amateur. That's immature. Immature and amateur. So let's forget that. Continuing, I blocked her on text and social media, so work is our only interaction. She initially acted like nothing had happened and expected me to be happy to speak with her again. I can attest myself to the power of absolute indifference. She has put out some feelers and I have been unmoved, and her behavior around me has changed starkly. The chinks in her armor started showing 2 months out. See, as I said in the video about 30-day no contact rule being BS, it's not 30 days. Usually people will start to wonder if you're ever going to come back between the 7th and 8th week after the point of last contact. So 8 weeks would be 2 months. So if you haven't heard from your ex yet, and it's only been 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, it may still be too soon. So hang in there. Okay, continuing on. You could tell she was confused and couldn't pretend she was indifferent anymore. I had always come back before. She literally hung her head in shame once when we bumped into each other. I was used to this defiant and argumentative woman, and now she looked ashamed. I love this. This sounds like a soap opera. Not calling on her birthday broke it for her, and her cold facade started to break. So for those of you who are thinking of contacting your ex on their birthday, who write in and say, should I contact my ex on my on her birthday, his birthday? No. Continuing on, after 8 months of no contact, a prideful and belligerent woman looks vulnerable and broken. The tide has turned. She just found out I'm transferring this summer to a different facility, and now she looks desperate. I know she has something up her sleeve. I caught her looking at me the other day. Sadness, regret, and longing. I know she wants me. She's an open book now. I know it. I try to remember the contemptuous look she gave me when she broke up with me the next day at work after the phone call. I can't articulate how disrespectful she was to me at that moment. She did not let me down easy. She was cruel and rude and blunt. She does not hold back anger. I was doing nothing and she is reacting this way. That's what I said in my video, how to easily get your ex back. You do nothing. And this guy did it perfectly, and he hadn't even heard my video. He deserves an award. I didn't know what I was doing was no contact until I read about it later. Right. Doing nothing is powerful. Yes. It communicates everything to those who have underestimated and undervalued us. Your strength, your boundaries, your standards, your patience, your dignity, and your belief that something better is out there on the horizon is all communicated when you're willing to walk away and you refuse to compromise your self-respect. Doing nothing speaks volumes. So true. What a powerful few sentences that was. Those were all his words. I wish they were my words. Maybe I'll have to start using them. So, as you can see, this is the power of no contact. That's why when you say it's been 5 days of no contact, 1 week of no contact, I know it seems like a lifetime to you, especially if you were used to speaking to the person every day, several times a day. But if you really want your ex back, then you have to stick with the no contact. Now, there are always exceptions, and I can't go into every single exception. I mean, obviously, if you cheated, then at some point you have to step forward and contact the ex. If you were being selfish and they had a right to break up with you, then obviously at some point you have to step forward. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about if your ex was the one that was in the wrong and they broke up with you, you have to stick to no contact. You have to make them regret losing you and come back to you. You can't go looking for them. Now, this story is still not finished, but he actually said that he doesn't want her back anymore. But we'll see what happens. So if you have any questions or comments, or you are interested in private coaching, you can contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.